In this video, if you're playing Silent Hill F on PC, we're going to show you guys how to unlock cutscene frame rates from being 30 frames locked to unlocking them completely and transforming the way the game absolutely looks. This mod right here just absolutely fixes one of my main gripes with Silent Hill F, and honestly, it's a game changer for me personally. Some people might not like it, some people might like it. If you're like me and you're playing this game at over 60 frames per second, the cutscenes being locked at 30 frames it doesn't feel so great. So this mod actually completely fixes that, and it's super easy to install. I gotta show you guys how to do it. First of all, we're gonna be linking this down below. Next is Game Mods. You need an account to download from here. It's completely free to sign up. You don't have to pay anything. You're gonna scroll down. We're gonna go over to Files. And when we click Files, we're gonna go over to the SHF Fix, click Manual Download, scroll back down a little bit more, and then go over to the free option and hit Download. And it shouldn't take too long. It's about a 5-second cooldown, and you'll see it's a very small file. It's kind of like a zip. Yeah, it's less than a megabyte. So now that we have our game file open up on the left, we're actually gonna go into Steam, and we're going to go over to Silent Hill F. We're gonna right click it, go down to Manage, Browse Local Files, and from inside of here, we can minimize Steam and open this window to the right. So now in the Silent Hill F Steam folder, we just got to open up the SHF file. Got to go into Binaries, Win64, and inside of here, all we got to do is take the Silent Hills FX INI, the ASI, and the D-Sound DLL. We're going to take all of those and drag them into here. I already have them, so it's going to say to replace. Do you want to replace them? I'm just going to do it to show you guys. And there we go. We're pretty much good to go. But if you really want to configure this, you totally can. You don't need to, because by default, they already have the settings you want. We got to give a major shout out to Green Man Gaming for sponsoring this video. Green Man Gaming has been the leading retailer for video game key purchases for Steam, and they work directly with the developers of these games as well as the devs on Steam. So every single profit that goes towards this purchase actually goes to the devs. It's honestly an absolute honor to be working with them in this capacity, because for a long time I've been using Green Man Gaming myself for all of my game purchases. So when they reached out and they wanted to collaborate on this, I could not turn it down. You can get Silent Hill F right now, the Digital Deluxe Edition or the Standard Edition. I'll be linking them both down below. You don't want to miss out on this game. This game is absolutely a favorite of mine to win Game of the Year this year, and it's going to be catching a lot of people off guard. It's a very sneaky pick, and probably one of the best horror games you haven't played in a while. And while you guys are at it, Green Man Gaming has a fantastic discount right now on Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. 25% off of the Deluxe and Standard Edition. Hell Is Us also has a whopping 25% off, so guys, don't miss out on these. Secure these down below in the comments. Head over to Green Man Gaming and secure your copy today. So if you double click the Fix INI, it's actually going to bring up a notepad here, and inside the notepad, it's going to have a bunch of different prompts that they already activated. Like if you want to skip the intro, logos, and warnings, you totally can have that on, and it'll just load up your game much faster. The main thing we're talking about here is unlocking the cutscene frame rates, 30 FPS cap, and cutscenes enabled. True, removing that is, by the way. And also for ultra wide users, these are settings that totally pertain to you. If you just leave these on true, it'll automatically get picked up in your display, whether if you have a ultra wide or not. I don't have an ultra wide, so I can leave this on. It's not going to affect anything negatively. And that's literally all you have to do. You can now boot up Silent Hill F and enjoy the cutscenes and gameplay ratio from 30 frames to a really smooth 60. The reason why I like this is because as many times in the game, you're going to be jumping back and forth from gameplay, which will be over 60 frames per second if you're on PC with the right rig. And then cutscenes will be 30 frames per second. And it's kind of jarring, just continuously jumping back and forth in that way. It's off-putting for me, so I like to install this, and it really just completely changes up the whole feel of the game. It's much more fluid. Everything reacts a lot quicker, and it's very easy to disable it. You can still leave it installed and change those metrics to false if you really want to change it and you're not a big fan of this mod. But I want you guys to comment down below what you think of this, and also how have you been enjoying Silent Hill F. And if you haven't yet, consider downloading it using our link pinned down below. Special thanks again to Green Man Gaming for sponsoring this video. You guys can click our link down below to secure yourself a copy of Silent Hill F today. Silent Hill F is a game that actually caught me completely by surprise. I've known for quite some time that it was coming, and when it launched, all I kept hearing about from people was that I need to play this game ASAP. And honestly, I think it's very well going to be a sneaky title at the Game Awards that very well could secure a lot more awards than anybody is thinking. Konami is absolutely back and has been non-stop hitting with bangers of titles. And the main voice actress of Hinako, the character that we play as, is Yuffie from FF7, Susie Young. My only thing with this game is how the cutscenes are locked at 30 frames per second. And normally that wouldn't bother me if the gameplay to cutscene ratio were spread out and not so intertwined together in moments of running. But in this game, they absolutely are. There's plenty of times where you'll be playing the game in 60 frames per second, and then it'll switch to a cutscene that's 30 frames, and then you have to start running in another direction, and it goes back to 60. You know, it's just weird. I don't like that. Can't recommend it enough to you guys to check it out because it takes only 5 seconds to install it. You're gonna love this. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new. More Silent Hill F content is on the way. You don't want to miss that. My name is BltzZ, and thanks for watching.